Hey everybody, I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan with PDQ.com.
It's PDQ A. I'd say it's Tourette's edition, but it's not.
They get very particular about our language.
Mine? Yours? Ours? Yeah. Hey, today guys, I'm just letting you know I'm going to win. I'm going to answer more of the questions because I get extra points.
As usual, I'll never show near that much confidence. I'm expecting third place.
And if Colby wins, well, we pretty much expect it. So
yeah.
Should we jump in?
Dear Lex and Jordan and Colby, by default as well, in PDQ Inventory, all computers, if I select a machine and then I do a right-click for a scan, all computers are scanned. If I want to scan just one computer, I have to go in the details of the PC, which is not convenient. Is there a better way? Sincerely, Meh D.
So there should be, when you right-click on it, there should be scan collection or scan computer.
Well, let's just do it.
Okay.
I'm going to try it and do. I'm going to try and do it the right way and not there's a right way.
He's going to take the mouse from me so he gets the point.
If you highlight all computers and then you just go over here and click on a machine and then scan computers, we're just going to do the computer info scan because it's short. The last machine you clicked on should scan, and that's what just happened.
Yep.
So if I click on Beth and then I go over to all computers and click and then scan computer info, again, it's the last thing you clicked on at that point that's going to scan. So.
Yeah. So. I mean, I suppose if you just want to come into all computers, you're going to have to click over in all computers to highlight the ones you want anyway. So just right-click from in there instead of on the all computers, and it should.
Yeah, once you get them all
machines
up, click on the machine specifically that you want. And I guess, can you do multiples? Let's select a bunch. Boom.
Ooh, if I can control the mouse. Too much apple juice.
Too much apple
And
juice.
then, because it's not viewed.
We already had scans on there, but
yeah, I promise the 4 of them are scanning.
You promise? I trust him. But yeah, there's multiple ways to do that. And again, just make sure the last stuff you're clicking on is what you actually want scanned.
Yep.
And I do believe that point probably goes to Jordan.
Nice, I'll take it.
What?
Dear Lex and Jordan, can we pass variables computer name to a PowerShell, i.e. tools gets info from AD and sets it on the computer? Thanks, Paul. Why?
So
I'm looking at you, PowerShell.
So initially, I actually took this as can he set a custom variable in our product, but I misread the question. So the blog I had pulled up is not valid. So you want to know if you can set something on the computer?
So pass variables, like computer name into PowerShell. Well, you can write PowerShell and pass it parameters, right?
Yes.
At which point you could probably take, what is that, echo host name or the parentheses. How do you get the machine name?
Yep.
Dang it, I should do my job beginning of the...
I'm sure that's not what JJ had in mind when he...
Well, we haven't done a run.
Yeah.
Here, grab that over here.
So it makes sense why it would be
Good
completely
enough,
out.
good enough.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
So in this one, if you create a tool where you're looking to add to the machine, so it's the PowerShell would be the same PowerShell you're using to update the computer in the first place, but if you want to target a specific machine, you can come to our variables, and you can specify...
I just go to...
I know one of them is for the computer.
I think you're looking for the local tool.
The local tool, not the...
Not the remote.
Where am I at here? I'm lost. I'm losing points.
Run type. Second one down.
Second. Aha.
There you go.
You can come in there, so you have the computer target host name. So you can specify that variable in your PowerShell, and when it runs PowerShell on the machine, it will use that variable, and then just whatever PowerShell you want to update the computer.
Yeah, and that is... Those variables reference the selected machine, obviously,
Yes.
when you run that tool.
Yeah, so whichever ones you select, it will run that for each machine. But if you're looking for more using PowerShell to grab data and then updating your inventory with that information, that's something that Chris wrote a while ago. So if it's just add custom fields to multiple computers, and he goes into all the ways that you can scan what you're looking for and update the machine with
Grab the information, then, yeah.
So if you're looking to update inventory with that, that blog is incredibly well written.
I think I get points for that one.
Okay, yeah, I can't figure out how to change run type, so...
I'm actually giving everyone points because you all contributed.
All right.
There you go. Dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, how can I easily copy and paste all the packages from Schedule A to the Schedule A duplicate? Sincerely, Dexter L.
All right, let's just build a real quick schedule. New schedule with 7-zip, choose targets. We type in Beth. Just that's deploy once. That's not new schedule.
Nope.
Man.
Well, if you click the schedule button, it'll grab all your targets from deploy once and put them in a schedule.
Well, that would be the right way to do it. But
So-
I'm here to show you there's multiple ways
That's
to do
Colby's
it.
trick. He just throws in data trying to get in on our
Just
points.
he's trying to steal the points.
Yeah, he's
just
trying.
name it
He's
7-zip,
good at
right?
being right. Darn it.
Yes. He thinks that just because he knows more than us that he should get credit for it.
Yeah, can I get like 0.21 on points for that one?
I want something for that. All right, we'll just run it.
The nerve, the hubris.
All right, boom, there it is, saved. And we're going to duplicate this. Wow, check it out. Now, the question again was how do we copy all the packages?
Yep. So I'll copy the packages. It's just the targets themselves. That,
Oh, the targets.
Well, no, he said package. I'm saying
Oh.
the targets. I'm just making sure
Okay,
that no,
so
the targets will not copy with that
right
one.
click, detach. Can you hit Control C? I wonder if we can even do it. Control C. Is it going to let me do it? Are we collections? Am I going the wrong way?
Sorry. I'm just reading up on Paul's.
Oh, okay. So I know this. Every time I've ever duplicated, exported, I got to go back through every single one of my schedules and verify the packages and the collections are correct. And the reason being is the IDs on the collections may be different from machine to machine. When it comes to internally, I don't know, man. I mean, this I copied. It looked like it ran. I mean, it copied everything.
Yeah.
Check it out. Or that's 47. 48 would be the new one, right?
Yep, that's the one. Yep.
We got the target. We got Beth.
Oh.
We got the package.
Oh.
Came across. I guess there was nothing dynamic about that. I guess.
Okay. So I guess if he's looking for just different schedule triggers and everything, you just have to change the triggers after. But then the packages should all be there.
All I know is this: anytime you duplicate, import, export those, once you get them on the new machine or the new ones, just check them. Because
Yeah. You wanna.
you want to verify, eyeball them at least once. So, how about that for not really answering a
Yeah,
question?
that is a lot of words to not give you an answer.
I was going to say, did anyone get points on that?
Colby did.
Colby got negative points on that.
I did actually open a feature request off of this because you cannot copy and paste packages between
So
schedules.
Colby gets one brownie point.
Okay, we're giving Colby a point for that one. Well done. Well done. All right, dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, this is a follow-up from Dexter L. How can I run a deploy schedule against different inventory collections at different times?
All right.
Well, let's just go. Since we've got the 7-zip, you're gonna have to have a different schedule for each of them.
Yep.
Okay, and that's just because obviously your targets are going to have to change in between, and then obviously your times. So
Yeah. So it was older versions of the product. We used to have it where you could have multiple schedules to a single method, but now we went the one schedule with multiple options into it. But we changed that up in. I don't know, Colby. You know which build we changed that to? The schedule change.
It was, I don't know, a few builds ago.
Yeah.
here's the thing: it's a lot cleaner if
Yeah.
you can see this schedule going to these people. And I would obviously name. We're sending 7-zip to anybody who's got a latest version of Chrome. Apparently, I should not be picking the collections.
Ah,
But yeah, one for each
Yep.
is basically how you're going to
yeah,
do
one
it.
for each. Yeah. So it's. I can't remember the exact reasoning behind the switch, but we had the model that your question was asking for before, and it was causing some issues, and it wasn't working with a certain feature. I can't remember which one. I think it was Central Server.
I just think it's cleaner
It's-
because at
it's
least you
been-
get a visual representation of every
It's-
different
it's
type
been
that
too long.
goes.
Yeah, so it's just the way it is now. It's a one schedule per
Yep,
run. Yeah.
for collection and time.
And it looks like Lex gets the point for that one. Currently, we're tied up 2, and 2. Dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, if I have PDQ open on a computer and am elsewhere and want to access PDQ, is there a way to close the open one? Thanks, Kenneth D.
Besides sneakering back to the computer to turn it off.
Yeah, because I mean, even the
Colby?
There's nothing built into the product. I think I put in a feature request once to have a button on that little message that pops
Oh,
up
pops
that
up.
says you're over the concurrent users.
to log out.
And I think it was declined for some reason. There was a specific reason why we didn't want to do it. I don't remember what it was. I'd have to go look it up.
So
But,
could you write a task kill and run it remote from wherever you're at?
Yeah, with PowerShell remoting, PSExec, something like that.
Yeah, but
Just kill the process.
I mean, if he's able to remote into machines to do this, then he's already in deploy at that point.
I'm giving him the point.
And no points given on that one. Well done, gentlemen. Dear PDQ Gurus, is it possible to replace Edge as standard browser for logged-on users on Windows 10? Thanks, sincerely, Timo S.
I've got a comment on this.
Okay.
Why?
Is it just because you
okay,
can doesn't
sorry.
mean you should?
No, I'm just playing with you, Timo. Wouldn't that be a registry change?
So, but it's not just a simple. This is something that Chris thought he would write up real quick, and it turned into a whole thing where you have to have a specific message that you embed somewhere that says you can change. Or is that changing the homepage? But changing it to Firefox, like it's not. Like you have
It's not as easy as just a
basically,
registry
you
entry?
have to put somewhere in the registry that you are acknowledging the change, because if you can just change the default browser and stuff, or maybe I'm thinking homepage, not browser. Because changing the homepage requires a lot of security, saying you acknowledge the risk. But
Jordan, I think you're stalling.
Is this
Yeah.
is this the point where we just look at Colby and go,
Colby, do you have
Yeah.
it? Otherwise, we're all drinking.
yeah,
This is something I'd recommend a group policy for.
I was thinking homepage. You can't change the homepage without a lot. But it was
I'll drink
part
to
of
that.
yeah, it was part of the submission that I had to get there. I failed that part.
yeah, group policy.
JJ is actually now on the board. He was first to recommend drinking.
Yeah. All right.
Dear Lex, Jordan, Colby, and now JJ, last week you answered why the agent was removed, but not if it will return. Will the agent be back at some point? Sincerely, Dr. Dan S.
Dr. Dan. I'm going to take this one, guys, because I need the points.
Okay.
15 minutes. Okay, now I'm lying. Do I get points for lying?
No.
Okay,
No, you
here-
get points taken away for that.
Yeah.
What?
That is one of
Okay,
our.
scratch the
That is
lie.
one of our core values at this.
16 minutes. Okay, here's the thing. Again, the discussion, I know you've heard this, it's the architecture, square peg, round hole. And instead of spinning our wheels trying to make something like that work, is that architecture's being repaired and fixed, or actually not even repaired, just re-engineered? It would totally be a possibility. You want me to give you a time for it? That I can't tell you, man.
I think we're not going to have any sort of static time on that, just because the result of the first one leaves us all a bit gun shy.
Well,
I heard a well.
you did, because it would be irresponsible of us really to give an ETA, because we are addressing certain issues regarding the architecture of our product. What we can tell you is, if and when we do release an agent, it will not be released until we're completely satisfied with its functionality, and so it will function as you would expect an agent to function. I wish we could give you an ETA, but we simply don't have one, but it is something that we are hopefully going to be working toward.
The fundamental question is, will the agent be back at some point? Can we answer that one? In a yes or no?
Not with a yes or no, not with
okay.
a 100% certainty.
Okay.
But, we're
Are
hopeful.
you just trying to get points,
We are
Kelly?
hopeful.
Yes, I am trying to get points, and
We're
I
all
just did.
We're all on the board.
Thank you.
We're all on the
I'll
board
give
now?
Kelly
Great.
those points.
I thought we could
controls
three of us
them.
competing.
He controls the points. He can give himself whatever he wants.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gave him that one.
Yeah,
You
no,
gave
that
him
was
that?
Yeah.
that was you could hear 20 years of marketing experience in his answer.
So it was, that was much better than any of us said. What he said.
All right, dear everybody, is there a way to deploy a package based on a pre-installed program being 32 or 64-bit, or is it only based on the OS? Sincerely, the incredible edible Dr. Doug K.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of different ways to go about it. How would you go about it?
so mine would be a pre-step that scans the installed software you're looking for and grabs that architecture
Okay.
and puts it somewhere, and then the next step has a condition based on the existing file.
So you'd add a scan step. Would you build a scan specifically for that?
Yeah, I'd probably do not a scan. I'd probably do like a PowerShell step.
Oh, a
where
PowerShell
with
step.
PowerShell, I would go through and query what I'm looking for,
Okay.
and have it create a file on that or save the data somewhere.
Okay, so we could do that in an install step here. All right, so options in our conditions here. Obviously, if you can go find the file, if the 32-bit file exists, you can do it off the file.
Yep.
If there is a registry hack, Shane's not around to come in and punch me. If there's a registry entry that you can determine, you can use that. Again, you can do a collection.
Yeah. And
So,
then
I mean,
if it's something we already have a collection for, that's built in for you. We should have the 32 and 64 separated.
absolutely. So, Colby, do you want to get on the points here?
No, I was just going to say file condition is how I usually see it done. Because generally, like, you can tell by, like, if it's in program files x86.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully that gives you some ways to go skin that cat. Can I say that?
I mean, if the cat doesn't
Get up the mountain? Yeah, whatever it is. All right.
Dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, how can we get the last use date for installed programs? Sincerely, Med T.
So this is one we talked about.
There's a lot of alcohol debate on this one.
And from our understanding is everything WMI or PowerShell that does the scan is even if you can grab the date, it's not reliable.
Consistent?
Kind of like Active Directory's last logged on is notoriously kind of all over the map. It's just one of those makes it more
That
difficult.
being said, so check this out. I listened to Colby. I'm going to steal the points.
Nice, I like it.
You like that? Go for it, Colby. This is your selection.
An idea I've had on this in the past that I've never looked into is I believe you can enable auditing that will log an event every time a process starts. And so then you'd be able to look through the event log for entries like Chrome started at 10:32 a.m. and stuff like that. And so that might be a way to do this.
And just let's look at the leaderboard real quick. Colby with 3, Lex with 3, Jordan with 4, JJ and Kelly with 1.
Whoa. I'm ahead of somebody?
Not me.
Mark this.
Yeah,
Let's
but
stop
it's
now.
just
Let us stop now. I'm going to be on the calendar being not last.
but it's
What-
just me and JJ you're ahead of.
Yeah.
At the intro, you claimed victory.
And there's still a whole
so
11
if you
minutes
stop
left.
now, you're just a big liar.
Dear
I'm okay with that.
Dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, what suggestions do you have for dealing with remote users and computers without an agent available? Sincerely, Billy Z.
Billy Z.
I'm going to steal right from the chat. Evan R. I'm taking full credit. This was my idea.
For Evans?
He has direct access, and he says with direct access, even the remote, he can deploy.
I've been doing some work with VPN, specifically OpenVPN, and being able to make sure that OpenVPN registers with your DNS and that you allow the ports through that. And so far, there's been some success with that. The offside of that is scavenging and DNS and make sure you're getting the updated DNS on the console machine. So it's, it's not perfect, but it works. Those are the ways we've been able to see so far. Colby, any thoughts?
Yeah, we used Cisco AnyConnect at my last job, and it worked great. The biggest issue was the way we had basically it did its own DHCP. It wasn't actually DHCP. The VPN server handed out IP addresses, and so that wreaked havoc with the DNS. But I'm sure that's something I could have fixed if I would have spent a couple days Googling it. But when the DNS was when the DNS matched up, it worked great.
Yeah, and again with the VPN VPN stuff I've been doing, it really boils down to, and I haven't mastered this yet, the scavenging timing and then updating the console. What I have found that works pretty good on your console is I just have a 15-minute IP config flush DNS. It just continues to run in the background, and so far it's been reasonable.
Yeah, I think reasonable is the best.
Yeah, I
we're
can't
gonna
go
get
better
it.
than reasonable. It's been reasonable.
You could send out an email about having fresh baked cookies and see if any of them come in.
That's a good point.
No points.
No, not for you, not for that.
And now Evan R. is on the board. Thank you, Evan. Very much
I
appreciated.
knew I shouldn't have credited him.
Dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, how do I exclude certain computers from a dynamic collection? Sincerely, Kevin.
All right.
I want that one.
It's not in Chrome?
No,
That's
it's not in
where
Chrome,
it's-
no, yeah.
Well, in that case, here, by all means.
It's all good.
Allow me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna take the
After you. No,
mouse
after
from the
you.
gorilla.
Mouse from-
Grunting.
There's a couple ways you can do this. One, you can obviously go after and just say, give me any computer where let's just grab an application or the name contains, we type in Chrome. Okay. And then you're going to add an additional filter down here. I'm going to group this a little different. And the computer name does not contain Beth. You got to get the and in there. And I always do this wrong, so I got to run it a couple times to make sure I do it correctly. So let's first just verify that Beth has Chrome on it. Collection Chrome. This is where you fill in with stuff.
So with dynamic collections, and as he stated, I find it's best to do it wrong and rewrite it 4 times, and then have Colby look at it, and he fixes those.
Chrome and not Beth is the name of our new collection.
Okay.
Actually, we just call it new collection. I like that.
Okay.
Give it an okay, and so we should get, when this updates, everybody who's got Chrome,
But
except for Beth.
No Beth. Yep.
So it's the and or kind of thing. There's a really great video on advanced filtering. Shane did a series. I tried to combine it into one. I like Shane's better, but should help you out.
That's for a single machine. I noticed if you have like 15, you don't want to add each one of those. You could create another collections
Collection that
of ones you
includes
don't
them.
want that you don't want.
Yep,
And just say and not in this collection.
absolutely.
Yep, and there are 2 different ways to point a collection to another collection.
Okay. What are they?
One of them, I believe, is computer. Then it's like member of collection, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you can do it by name, which is a little more flexible. You can like pull in multiple collections that way, or there's another one where you can point directly to a collection by ID.
Yep. And I'm just going to say this. He is correct, and he's trying to muscle in on my points.
He has the entire logic tree memorized. That's hardly seems fair.
We need a ruling?
Lex, I'm giving you the point.
All right.
Thank you.
You need it more than Colby.
Well, it's a pity point.
Sympathy
Great.
points, yep.
I get a pity point.
You get a pity point. All right, dear Lex and Colby and Jordan, what are the main differences between the free and paid versions of PDQ Deploy? Sincerely, Mixmaster Marcus.
Well, on deploy in the free mode, you can have a single step. If you know your scripting, you can put a lot into that step. But on the paid versions, you can have.
How much work do you want to do? That's really what it boils. It really.
Yeah.
Think
Hey,
about
Jordan, what about the package library?
Yeah, and the
it. No,
package.
I'm going back to my statement. How much work do you want to do?
That is, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, pre-built packages, multiple steps, auto update. Just scheduling all of that so that you don't have to work on the weekends, my friend. Yeah, it's the biggest thing. It's time savings. How much time do you want to save?
Yeah, it's value of your time versus the cost of the product. It doesn't take a lot of time to pay for itself.
Absolutely.
Dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, Canuck Q here, eh? Like, how awful and awesome is Black Friday shopping, eh? Why people just don't shop online boggles the mind. Jorlando D.
I want points for this one.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Are you
answer. I just want
No,
points.
So
I'm with you. That's insanity. Do you Black Friday shop?
if I can avoid being around people, I do. So I have not been. I actually normally before working here, I would take the day after Thanksgiving off of work if I didn't automatically have it off, just because I'm not going outside on that day.
So this
Too
is Black
dangerous.
Friday shopping for me. Roll out of bed, hit the coffee machine, sit down in front of the computer. Now, I'm not even telling you what I'm wearing. You don't want a video of it, but generally it's either a bathrobe or just my drawers. Click, click, click. I'm done before 10 o'clock. Nobody's pushed me. I haven't had to be run over or punched by a little old lady, which happened once.
Huh?
Yeah, so.
I do all my Christmas shopping in July.
So
The deals are.
That's when the deals are.
the way me and the wife handle it is we go online, we fill out what we want, and then we have the other person come and hit check out.
I like that. I'm a big fan. Tell me what you want so I can get it. It's not a quest
every
to
Christmas
figure out
we
what you
get what
want.
we want. and then-
Colby, Black Friday for you?
In the last, I don't know, 5 or so years, I haven't cared a whole lot about Black Friday. Generally, like if I want something like a computer part or something, I'll just buy it when I want it.
So every day's Black Friday for you?
Yeah, kind of.
Well,
Any day he wants it to be.
that's right.
Yeah, no
I
kids,
don't. I don't
kids opens up a lot of
subscribe
time.
to that marketing trickery.
Dear Lex, Jordan, and Colby, if I send a command to a computer and it passes back a prompt, press Y to continue, etc., is there a way to interact? Thanks, Jeremy M.
So you can do like a send key where it can press what you want, the Y, and then hit enter for you with it as part of the script. I've done that for a test we were automating that was giving me problems, and there's a lot of input that needed, and I just used send key to put that in and hit enter for me, but that leaves a lot of area where stuff can go wrong.
I like to answer that one. That depends.
How much risk are you willing to take?
Yes. The more that you put in with send keys, the higher the risk. Get Colby?
Something I've seen with GP update is I believe if you pipe the letter Y into the GP update command, that'll answer the prompt. I don't know if that works for anything else.
Yeah, so I have done that very thing, and it is a test that breaks often. So you don't get a lot of mileage out of it. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Auto hotkey?
And we're coming down to the wire here on the point totals. Jordan 6, Lex 5, Colby 5, JJ 1, Kelly 1, Evan R.
Hey,
1.
I'm tied with Colby.
That's right.
You can't answer this, buddy.
Some of my machines state they are unreachable or offline, yet the machine is showing as online. Why is this? Sincerely, Evan R.
My first thought is DNS. I mean, without I've seen it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
DNS. Well, you got a heartbeat that is a ping. Ping answers. It would assume it's online. You try doing a scan, you have a target name mismatch, so something else has got that IP, so it's answering a ping. Your eyebrows are up, Colby. Darn it, I'm going to lose the point. I'm going to lose it. I can feel it.
No, you've already covered a couple of them, but something else I'm thinking, if you don't have the ping before option checked in each product, that will attempt to connect without pinging before, and so that can cause some of this like strange behavior. The main thing to check is from a command prompt, can you ping the computer? Because that's what inventory and deploy do if you have ping before checked, is they send one ping to the target. And then if you have like packet loss on your network, we only send one ping. So if that ping gets lost, it's going to consider that computer offline.
Hey, what if it's not DNS?
If it's not DNS.
It's evil. It's always DNS.
Exactly.
Let's be real.
Yeah. So and where this is, that was from Evan, who is the one that specifies he's using direct access, where we mentioned that there are some more probability of DNS issues. It seems even more likely than the normal amount if it's likely DNS.
We're going to the judge for ruling on that? No.
I'm giving a lot of points for that one to everybody.
Nice.
Even people in the studio audience are receiving points for that.
But I was the first one to yell DNS just because I wanted the cheat.
Everyone in the chat gets a point.
I wanted the cheap point.
And our final question of the day, no points available for this. Who won the Halloween costume contest? Sincerely, Billy Z.
I went as a competent employee, and it was deemed too unbelievable for Halloween.
It was very offensive.
I got to say, every time I saw Chris, I just laughed because all I could think of was that bunny suit from Christmas Story with that corgi outfit on. And then, obviously, Colby's Fox thing was amazing. I don't get to judge because I can't do math, guys. Let's just be real. I don't get to, I like this one and this one, this one. Everyone wins. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Anybody? Was there a winner?
Did we vote on
I don't
this?
think we did
I don't
even
think
did a contest. We took some photos, posted on Instagram.
Okay, you have a personal opinion other than your own?
How about we
competent
have
employee?
our audience pick the winner?
There you go.
Based on, can we put the photo up?
I don't know where it is.
Hey, just remember, Hugh Hefner was a good one, guys.
So once I shaved in a bald spot and went as my dad, and he was not flattered by my sandals and black socks.
JJ's almost got the picture.
Oh, we got it. Oh, here it is.
Almost,
Okay.
he's so close.
I'm out of scotch. We
Billy Z, who asked the question, gives it to the Fox, so that's Colby.
All right, here
Yeah,
we
let's
go. Us.
Right.
You pick the winner.
Right.
So
I got you.
Yeah,
and
Colby's
it's
is-
a butterfly.
It is hard to vote against the dude.
Well, thank you.
The dude abides.
We've got a local celebrity with Josh's soccer player.
Oh, that's right.
That's Colby in that
Looks like we got 2 for the Fox, 1 for the Knigget.
The Knigget.
night. Yeah.
Yeah. Fox is in the lead.
Yep.
Corgi's too tall, so he's out of the running.
Take that, Chris.
Corgi's got the legs are too long on that corgi.
Corgi won over the pug.
Yep.
There's a pug in there?
Yeah. I'll go to the right.
Oh, I got. Hang on.
Oh, yeah,
there it
that's
is.
right.
I can
Yeah.
see it now.
Swap.
Oh, there is a pug.
Just to mess with Kelly's volume levels.
That's right. Who's louder now?
All right.
All right, there you go.
All right.
So that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Who won? I want to know who won.
Okay, well, believe it or not, we have a 3-way tie at 666.
You're not
Wow.
You're not giving me a point for screaming DNS first?
No.
All right. The game.
The
game is rigged.
Wow.
That would have worked a lot better if this was PDQ A Halloween edition.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been good.
But great anyway.
Well, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, hopefully-
Mark this day on your calendar. I wasn't last. That's all I care.
Yeah, hopefully we answered a couple of your questions.
Right.
Or hopefully Colby was useful and we didn't get in the way.
We went down swinging. So thank you for watching. I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan.
Catch y'all later.
Thanks for joining our webcast today. Congratulations, Doug K. and Bill Z, winners of PDQ swag. Send us your info at webcast@pdq.com. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you back here next week.